Hi everyone, so this is discussion 6 and we're talking about whether or not we agree or disagree with whether or not poetry is considered political, as the speaker said that it is. And I personally, I agree. I'm conflicted a little bit. I agree with some of what she said, but I also disagree with some of what she said. So we'll start with what I agree with. I agreed with her statement that poetry is powerful, and not everyone is an amazing poet, but we all have the ability to be. I thought that was really profound. And she also said that poetry is open and a language of people, not a barrier. It's a bridge. So I really thought that was a strong message. And I also liked how she was talking about having stage fright, so to speak. Like, she doesn't do well with public speaking. So she has her own little mantra that she tells herself, a self-talk, like a pep talk. So that helps strengthen herself before she goes to speak in public, and I thought that was pretty cool. Now, here's where I disagree with what she said. When she said, kind of canvassing poetry is political, like that was what she said. Poetry is political. I don't agree with that. I might not understand her perspective completely, but I think that poetry has the ability and it may be political, but I believe that's if the artist wants it to portray it that way and whether or not the audience is receiving it that way. I don't think that a blanket canvas statement saying that all poetry is political, I don't agree with that at all. I think that poetry is a reflection of self, like a feeling, a thought process, mental, it comes from a mental point of view. Like, you might want to say, whatever you're feeling at the time, and it might not have anything to do with any kind of, stance on any kind of topic. It's just your point of view as a human being, as a person. And that's what I feel like poetry is like. I mean, most poets refer to themselves as artists, and I don't think that they would really represent themselves as saying that they're a politician. I don't think that they would want all their viewpoints from that kind of standpoint. Although, like I said, as an artist or a poet, you have the ability, if you decided to do that, you have that option. But again, it also comes from the audience's point of view on how they interpret your message. And I think that, to me, is more of it. I think that the issue that I had with what she was saying was that all poetry is political. And I don't feel that way. I just feel like you have that option to make it that way as the individual that's giving the poem, the artist. And you also have the ability to receive it that way as an audience member. But I don't know. I could be receiving her message the wrong way. But that's how I feel about that. But she did have, some really good points. But I just feel like not everything she said was completely accurate. So that's my take on this discussion post.